6,537.
How's everyone doing this morning?
I want to die.
That's great. Dawson's our what do you call it? Navigator for today.
Yeah, Caleb's an asshole.
We've got lost. We've got lost 3 times so far. No, just kidding. We haven't got lost at all yet. So he's doing good. He's doing good. He doing. So everyone knows.
Yeah, we've got the easy street. He only had a single.
Shout out to the Connor fam.
Please, bro.
Yeah.
Breaker. Oh wait, where is it?
It's right on the front. You're good. You got it. Yeah.
I got my unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
You guys want to break? You okay?
Okay. Keep a move on.
Why did you say 1038 on?
Because it's broken. We're good, right? Everyone got their pictures? Okay, keep cruising.
What's a gum jar? That's not bad.
We can?
What is that?
You can go up in it.
Yeah.
The yelling force down there.
Get out there, they say get out.
Get out. You got it?
Oh, that's a gorgeous little cricket right there. Sorry, friend. Alright, tell me what's your expedition number really quick?
708 A1.
708A1. Oh, it's cold. We're going underground.
So, sound conditions with good housekeeping and adequate ventilation.
So here's how you know it's haunted.
Alright, it says...
Real rusty and...
It's not changed.
Oh, yeah. That's ghost, for sure. Alright, here we go. Watch your face. Watch your head. Don't get too far, don't get too far. You might get haunted.
How many times have you been doing this?
Come on in.
How many times have you been doing this?
How many times have I been doing this?
Yeah.
So how many tours have I given or how
Yeah.
long? Right here, this, if you look in this direction, you'll see it kind of goes up. Looks like a lot of rocks have fallen. Past that lip that you can't see by is the original entrance to the mine. So pretty narrow, about the size of a, maybe 3 foot wide. And that is what they dug straight into the ground after they found the ore on the surface. So you're panning for gold, right? You stop finding gold in your stream. You know you passed the point in the gold's coming out of. So then you go up the mountain, you check the area, you find the spot where the ore is sticking out. Once you found the thickest point of ore, you found the definite spot where it's coming from, you dig straight down into that mountain. And that's what they did. Probably about, I'm not sure how many feet that goes up because it's a pretty steep mountain. But they dug straight down and then you got this nice vertical shaft. And you can't really climb out because the rock's wet and gross and you have a bunch of ore to carry. So there's big old buckets that you use to go up and out of that original entrance. We'll see that bucket later. Luckily we have this nice other entrance that somebody dug for amateur miners like yourself. It's also a lot easier to get ore out of. So there's a ladder up there. We're not going to go up there now. This is the welcome.
Hold on.
So average height of a miner. What do you think? 3 feet tall.
5 feet.
Yeah, about 5'1", 5'2", maybe. Keep coming in. What do you consider other humans? Come on, here we go. Excellent. Fitting. Perfect. We can all fit in here. Nice place you can stand up. Usually you can't, because usually a miner weighs, he's about 5'2", and he eats less food that way, so it's nice. It's more efficient. But now we have a nice area we can stand in, and if you look up, we got some neat stuff. So. Here we are. If you didn't take your hat off before you put your helmet on, you think that's just going to work? Okay, yeah, you do what you need to do. Right. This right here, if you look up, this colors, this is our ore vein. So when that hot water underneath the ground penetrates between cracks, between stuff, this is what happens. All the minerals kind of flow into the same spot, and eventually they kind of solidify. So this purple stuff is fluorite, that makes amethyst purple, same thing. And of course we get a lot of orange, iron oxide, rust stuff. Usually this is associated with silver and copper, not necessarily gold, but you know, who knows, let's stay positive. We are also, if you look here, this wall is flat, right? And if you look on the other side of this vein, there's like some flat rock going on too. That's because we're not just standing in a vein, this vein is a fault line. So a place where two pieces of the earth come together, mush around and make big old hills. The area has a lot of these, hence mountains and hills and whatnot.
So you're standing inside a fault.
This is it. Yep. So in the middle of an earthquake, you guys over here would be going whoop, up, and you guys would be going down. And there'd be a bunch of rocks falling on you, so for a few seconds it'd be a cool effect, and then you die real quick. But it's great to think about. Earthquakes are fun. What other geology stuff can we learn about here? Cindy?
Well, if you put your hand up on that smooth surface, you'll feel a lot of clay.
Oh, yeah.
That clay is called fault gouge, and it comes when you have two rocks rubbing against each other for millions of years, a little bit at a time, grinding, all the way to a very fine powder, which is the fault gouge and the clay. And if you look over here, you can see what they call slicken size on this rock, and you can actually determine that the rocks were moving up and down from one another. One was going up and one was going down. You can see the scratches. Scratches, kind of like if you like the glacier moving across, it scratches the rocks. Well, these are two rocks moving across, going up and down from each other, and they also scratch and leave slicken sides with scratches in them.
Beautiful. So keep in mind, all of this was dug. All of this was dynamited and shoveled. So this wasn't just here. This wasn't a crack that was in the rock. This was solid rock. And it just happened to crack like this when they blew it out with dynamite. Fun to think about. So if we're following our vein right over here, a little bit closer, pops up into this area right here. Ooh. This is what miners call a stope. So every once in a while you're following your ore vein, because this is where it's densest, and it doesn't just go horizontal. Things can never be that easy, of course. So sometimes it goes straight up or straight down. And when it goes straight up, then you're in for a lot of work, because digging straight up is a lot of work. If you look, it's about 9 feet tall. This is not a huge one, but you can see that vein on the other side. This must have been a thick, dense area where they got a lot of stuff out of. This is before my time. I don't know what they got. It must have been worth it, though, because it takes a lot of energy and time to dig straight up like this. So take a look as you go past. You can hop up. It's pretty slimy. I wouldn't recommend it. So we'll head down there next. Plenty of ghosts to see, don't worry. First, however, we gotta check out this. You can come and shine your light through this wooden gate. So down this way, you can see on the ceiling there is another vein. There's discoloration. So your vein can split vertically, can also split horizontally. So sometimes you gotta follow a different path. You can look through there. Down there is another shaft that the miners are digging. Now, sometimes you follow it for a while and it's going well, but then there's a cave-in. And that's exactly what happened down there. There's a big cave-in. About 30 people died. Pretty big accident in this mine. This is our proof of that cave-in right here. This white stuff. So miner lore tells us that when there's a cave-in, spirits of the people trying to escape turn the rock white on the wall. But I know some science stuff. I can tell you a lot of that is aragonite. And aragonite, when it gets oxidized by a big blast of air, say from a cave-in, will turn white and stay white. So down there, the reason it's blocked off because it's pretty windy. And in a cave can be windy and the air circulates really well. But in a man-made mine, things can't circulate so well. So if you had a candle, you went back there, the candle would start going dim, go out, then you get a little lightheaded, and then you would collapse, you pass out, and then you die of asphyxiation. So that's why we have that thing there, because you saw that incline, right at the front? It inclines and then it declines, and then it does some more of that, and the air cannot flow around those bumps very well. So there's not a lot of oxygen back there, so don't want any more ghosts in our mine, so we keep it blocked off.
No more ghosts.
So we're going to keep following our vein, that thicker one, down to where the good stuff is.
The hot shaft. Find the good shaft.
Do you ever get low to iron? Oh yeah, let's get some iron spots. Cool. This is awesome. Right? You can look. You're welcome to look. We're still digging. Don't forget. Hello, hi, welcome. Glad you made it. Yes. It's pretty cold. Yes, it's the mine.
It's like back home.
All right, so in the mine, for the best workers that aren't getting paid a few cents an hour to carry pea buckets back and forth like we do for little kids, we got 4 main positions, all right? They are, in order, the driller with the drills, right, puts holes. Then the blaster puts the explodey bits in the holes. Then the mucker, who takes the exploded bits and puts them into a ore cart. And then the hauler, who hauls that ore cart along these tracks outside and takes that ore out. So, all very important, all very dangerous, not great, but we're going to run you through some of those because you got to be trained for what's ahead of you. So first, the drillers come in. Who wants to be my drillers? I need 2 people.
I got it.
I saw this guy? All right, here. All right, so one of you, I'll give you the hammer. How's that sound? Good hammer?
Great.
Excellent. And the other one gets a drill bit. Ooh. Yeah, both these are one-handed jobs, you'll be fine. So approach the wall, my drillers. Now, teams of 2 work really well. Because you got one guy with the bit, and then you got one guy with a hammer. So the guy with the bit would approach the wall, put that drill bit in.
Here?
Yeah, it looks perfect. And he's going to hold that drill bit in place for the guy with the hammer to give it a singular bonk, and then a quarter turn on the drill bit, and another bonk, and a quarter turn on the drill bit. And of course, you get really fast at this. Excellent. Excellent. All right. You're good, you're good. All right, hold off on that for a second. But hang on to your tools, because we're going to need to do something else. So, you're drilling, you get a nice hole going, right? But you want your drills, those holes, to be deep, because you want to get your dynamite in there. So, this is about a 4-footer. Sometimes they get, okay, the hat and the helmet, interesting idea. You just keep that up. We'll see how it goes. So, this right here is not as big as they get. Sometimes you get 6 feet long. And eventually, you get to the point, after you've made a hole deep enough where the guy with the drill bit goes full power stance. So, the thing on his shoulder. And the guy behind him changes out his hammer for a 22-pound sledge. Now, we don't have a 22-pound sledge, because this is a training hammer, all right? Can't trust you yet, but I'll give you this 4-foot drill bit.
Yes.
And you go full power stance up on that wall, okay? And he gets in there, and then you give it a bonk, and a quarter turn, and a bonk, and a quarter turn. They got it down, they got it down. All right, great, hold off on that. So, easy enough, right? Now, you don't want to drill your holes too deep because you could cause some unwanted cracks, you can cause some cave-ins. So, you gotta know when to stop, right? Now, normally you'd just be able to say, hey, stop. But mines are pretty loud. Mines are also very dark. Keep in mind, we're not using electric lights, we're using carbide lanterns, a little flame. So if you can turn your lights off for a sec. A little simulation, if you would. So, carbide lantern, what's that? What's going on? What's that? Get that out of here. That's nonsense. I hate that. Oh, what is that magic? There you go. Okay, anyway, a carbide lantern gives you about that much light against the wall. It's a weak little flame, all right? But it's constant and it's there. Now, voices work really well in the mines. You know, it echoes a lot, except it's not quiet. It is a busy mine. There's other stuff going on all the time. So, to simulate, I need your help to make some drill sounds. So I'm going to need you to go, all right? And you guys, could you give me like some hammer sounds in the distance? Like clang, 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 clang. And you guys could be the distant dynamite. Just
clang, clang,
and count of 3, you guys are going to start drilling. And meanwhile, we're going to be the extraneous activity with the appropriate amount of lighting. So 1, a 2, a 3.
Clang, clang, clang. Clang, 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 clang.
All right, so, pretty stressful. Now, the only way they could know to stop drilling, see, the end of this drill bit got pretty shiny from getting hit all the time. So, the only way to stop drilling is the guy with the drill bit puts his thumb over the shiny bit. So the little light that they had would stop being glinted off. And the guy with the hammer would know to stop. But you know where this is going. Human reaction time is not the best. So yeah, people would lose their thumbs, hands, just, you know, how it goes.
And that would be a 20-pound sledgehammer.
That's right, yes, it'd be gone. It would just be off of your body. So then you'd switch to your other hand, because that's what you got 2 thumbs for, right? Stay positive. All right, great, excellent job, drillers. I'll take my hand with that. Yeah, you can turn the lights back on. Yeah. Okay, so next job is going to be the blaster. So who likes explosions? You an expert? Yeah? I heard you. You're into it. You can be the blaster. So I need you to approach the wall. Excuse me, what is that fancy? I don't know. Your future boxes? Get out of here. I don't need those. So, my blaster friend, what's your name? Connor, excellent. So, if they did their jobs right, which I believe they did, we have one hole in the middle, all right? And then we have another ring of holes, and then you have an outer ring of holes. Now you got a lot of dynamite to carry on you. And what you gotta do is you gotta put your dynamite in the right order. You gotta have your fuses going the right way, all right? So, you have one dynamite, this stick in the middle has to go off first, and then these sticks are going to go off second to kind of bolster the cracks that that one made, and finally the outer ring goes off to kind of blow all that off. And you've got maybe a 6 foot by 6 foot hole, and you blow maybe 3 feet of rock out. So that's a lot of rock. All right.
How much force does one stick of dynamite have again?
Force? That's a good question. They're pretty variable because nitroglycerin is what we're using, and it's not the most stable or reliable thing.
Throw it on the floor, see what happens.
So, my blaster, Connor. Once it's all lit, you light them in order, you make sure the fuses are lit. You gotta make sure they're all lit, because sometimes they're not. When you're done, do you walk out or do you run out?
Run out.
You don't run out. Because then you hit your head on all the timbers, in case you haven't already. You're gonna knock your head and you're gonna fall down and then you're gonna be dead, because you're gonna be in the mine when it goes off. So make sure you walk briskly out with your little amount of light that you have. Now that you're nice and prepared for that, I think I can trust you to light these fuses. I don't have them, so unfortunately we'll have to do that another time. But thank you for learning about being a blaster. Yes, good. All right, blaster. Did great. Blaster, dynamite goes off, all right? And then you have the mucker. Now the mucker is the worst job. Try to avoid mucker if you can, everybody. Mucker is the guy who comes back in after all the dynamite has exploded, past tense, right? And he comes in and he starts shoveling that ore, all the blown up rock, into a cart. Sometimes something has not exploded yet, and he makes a spark, or he steps on it weird, and then boom, you lose your hearing at the best, your whole body at the worst. So mucker is not very fun. Also, there's a lot of cracks from what has been blown out. So he comes in after it's supposed to have, all fallen down, but, sometimes it is not. That's what this thing's for right here. This big old tool. That's for making sure huge chunks of rocks that look not fun. Don't be a mucker. But if you can make it past those 3 jobs, you could be a hauler. And a hauler, his job is great. You just take an ore cart, you just get out of here as fast as you can. We're going to go check out that ore cart in just a sec, after we examine something over here the geologist had to show you.
Yeah, I was wondering, did anybody pay attention to the vein and where it went? Because I'm looking at it right up here. Did anybody figure out where it went?
Horizontal.
Where it goes? The what? The vein. Oh, the vein. The ore vein.
Horizontal. Somewhere.
So you scouts, can you find the vein? Where it goes?
Horizontal.
Yeah, we're very circles back. I think it just goes into the rock over there. Here's your fault. Here's your fault along this wall. There's your vein, and there's the other side.
Oh, this vein here?
Yep, that's your vein.
Oh.
That's your fault zone where the vein is, and it looks like it's going down there. But it's different, because I'm looking at a vein that has purples and reds and dark oranges. What about this? You're looking at what? Whites and yellows. Not very interesting. I don't think we'll go that way. However, where there's one fracture zone, one fault, there's probably a lot more. And so just to be optimistic, we're going to continue on, because where there's one, there's more. We're going to find some more gold going in a different direction. And we've already spent a lot of money getting to this point, so we don't want to give up.
That's right. Stay positive. Here we go. Heading down this way. Follow the tracks.
Cheeks. What they had. That is very weird. You should be in mine. Pretty short. No, I'm serious. Just don't go to China to be in mine. No. No. Yes. No. Watch out. How did you even do this with that tiny little car back?
You made it.
Oh, dude. Very slippery.
Filing in.
Do not
Filing
step on
in.
it.
A filing in. Big group for everybody. Yes, welcome. Okay. So, following our tracks.
It's sparkly right here.
It is sparkly. We'll talk about that in a sec. You nailed it. Following the tracks, we followed them into this little room right here. Look at this. Ooh, there's some stuff in there. So we got a whole lot of timbers. We got a mine cart. We got this little room right here. Now this was not dug for mining, because there's nothing real special back there. This is what you would use for maybe a break room. So you'd eat lunch in here. You are also going to be having, your bathroom breaks in here. Now, usually you pay a kid, a nipper, a few cents an hour to carry your pee buckets back and forth, all right? And he does a great job. But sometimes you use that kid as a canary to make sure the air is good, and that kid dies. And then you don't have a kid for a little bit, and the mines get pretty nasty because nobody's carrying out the pee buckets. There are definitely some rats in the mine, plenty of rats. They love the smells, they love the dank darkness, and they're kind of a nuisance, but overall, they're okay. We can tolerate the rats because the rats are going to tell us when the air is really good or really bad. So if the rats are just on the ground having a good time, you know it's fine. If the rats are not having a good time, maybe dead, maybe even running in the other direction, it's time to follow the rats and get out of the mine. The rats have a good sense of when the earth's going to cave in, so it's best to run with them. This ore cart right here, there it is. That thing by itself weighs probably about half a ton, 1,000 pounds. It's heavy. So make sure your wheels are greased up. Now when it's full, you can fit probably 1.5 tons of ore inside. So the whole thing, when it's all full, you got a 2-ton object that you're pushing along the tracks. You ever heard that song, 16 tons? Anybody? 16 tons, what do you get? That refers to a hauler's obligation to carry out the ore. So, carrying out 16 tons of ore a day, all right? That is 10, 15 tons, and an 11th full cart to get to your 16-ton quota. It's a lot of carts. That is a lot of rock.
They were able to actually push it? One
Yeah.
person? One
So,
person?
yeah, usually one person. You get a couple.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Josh could not get out fast enough. Hey, where's everyone else? You guys just abandoned them back there? No, you're good. That was pretty good though. We're getting close.
Hello? I'm good, how are you?
This is the highest point of our trek. This is as high up as we go. We just missed the sundown, sunset I mean, but hey, we still made it before dark, so.
Good day, it's a good day.
Yeah.
We here.
Starting from the bottom now, yeah.
We out here. It's all good, man. It's all good.
We're rocking it.
What? Go ahead, Dad. Yeah, like walking up here, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's alright. It's not, I mean, it's trail food, so it's not the best, but I'm still hungry. He's good. He goes up and down.
Now for sunrise, we're gonna go that way, right?
We'll be looking over. Yeah, I guess so.
We'll go.
Yeah. think we've done so far? In total? Probably
20.
close. No,
115. 25.
I'd say like 30.
I almost couldn't see you.
What?
I almost didn't see you.
I've got a lot more. Tomorrow when the sun rises, I think I'm going to do a time lapse. I talked to Casey today for a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I know. I just did today. Yeah, how's it been?
This is once in a life. Not because you might not have the opportunity, just because you're not going to want to hike that up. Where's that trickling sound coming from? Connor, I want to get a sick freeze frame before it gets too dark. Where we all jump up. Josh, get over here. We're just sick freeze frame. He died? What? Mom, he was in my class. I think so. Yeah. At BHS? Yeah, he's in my class. At Hunt. This is as close to the top of the world that I'll probably ever get. It's pretty sick. We'll come out tomorrow for sunrise. But